Today, me, Anne, and Jenna are going to talk about the ecosystem coral reef.
Coral reefs are found in more than 100 countries around the world. Most reefs are located between the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn in the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Caribbean Sea, the Red Sea, and the Persian Gulf. Corals are also found farther from the equator in places where warm currents flow out of the tropics, such as in Florida and southern Japan. Worldwide, coral reefs cover an estimated 110,000 square miles distribution of coral reef on Earth. Reef-building corals are scattered throughout the tropical and subtropical Western Atlantic and Indo-Pacific Ocean, generally within 30 degrees north and 30 degrees south latitudes. Western Atlantic reefs include this area: Bermuda, the Bahamas, the Caribbean, Iceland, Belize, Florida, and the Gulf of Mexico. The Indo-Pacific Ocean region extends from the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf through the Indian and Pacific Oceans to the western coast of Panama. Coral grow on rocky outcrops in some areas of the Gulf of California.
So, coral reefs are near equatorial, which means it's near equator where the water is warm. So when it comes to average temperature, reef-building corals cannot tolerate water temperatures below 18 degrees Celsius. Many grow in water temperatures between 23 to 29 degrees Celsius, but some can also tolerate temperatures as high as 40 degrees Celsius for short periods. So this chart shows the average rainfall in the Great Barrier Reef, which is one of the most famous coral reefs in the world. And here the majority of the rainfall occurs during the rainy season, and this season begins in November and it goes for December, January, February, and March. So this is where it rains the most, and the tropical north has an average of 168 millimeters per month.
So, before 1980, the proportion of coral cover on coral reef in the Pacific and Indian Ocean for more than 50% on average from 80 to 90 years of 20th century. This proportion continuously decreased until 2003. The coverage dropped to 22%. On average, since 1980 onwards, an area of coral cover decreased on average by 1% per year. Scientists have speculated in recent years covering an area of coral in the Pacific and Indian Ocean average fell more than 3,000 kilometers square per year, reduced speed faster than the speed of disappearing rainforest team.
Among animals, only a relative few groups contain species that are regularly found within the coral reef communities, and these are fishes, sea snakes, and sea turtles. And on both Indo-Pacific and Caribbean reefs, the species most often seen resting on the reef proper is the hawksbill turtle that you can see on the picture right here. So this is a species that also feeds in the lagoon or back reef zone of coral reef ecosystems. But among coral reef animals, invertebrates, which is animals without backbones, are by the far most diverse and numerous ones, and they are the primary builders of coral reefs, and it is a part of almost every aspect of the ecology of coral reef ecosystems. So this is a very important species in the coral reef, and you can see a picture of it right here.
MPP is high in coral reef since the high light intensity and warm water allow rapid photosynthesis. The coral animals have algae within their cells which trap small passing animals and debris. This enhances the nutrient supply to the algae. This reef shows some area of bleaching dead coral, perhaps due to extreme weather, fishing net, or trampling by tourists. More widespread distribution to the ecosystem occurs if the water becomes polluted. Soil quality. According to the non-profit project Coral Science, coral reefs are not locked in soil. The rocky substance in which they are fixed is made by the coral themselves. They live in colonies made of many polyps that build skeleton from the underside of their skin.
So coral reefs is an amazing ecosystem, but now around the world it is being severely damaged by unusually warm ocean temperatures. So coral reefs are extremely important for biodiversity, providing a home to over 25% of all marine life. They are also vital for people and business. They provide nurseries for many species of commercially important fish. It is protection of coastal areas from storm waves and are a significant attraction for the tourism industry. So, however, coral reefs are very fragile, sensitive ecosystems that can only tolerate a narrow temperature range. One of the most visually dramatic effects of climate change on corals have been bleaching, and when the ocean warms, the oxygen content reduces and corals become bleached. The heat affects the tiny algae which lives inside corals and supply them with food. So the heat stress damages the algae and in consequence it leads to coral death. So global warming could now mean the death for many coral reefs, and if we continue as we do today, it can mean that the world's coral reefs can be killed within our lifetime. So as you can see on the video right here, there's no color, no life, and this can have a huge, really dangerous effect on the marine life we have today.